Welcome to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner, investment advisor, and insurance professional Alfie Townsend, president of Advantage Retirement Group.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. This chilly morning here, I can't believe how cold it is, but you are listening to Saving the Investor. I am Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida certified financial planner professional, here with Pastor John Antonucci, and we are here to talk about the market in review. A lot of things are happening. We got fires out in California. We have just a plethora of things that are happening, and we're going to go through it. And how does that affect your money, especially in the stock market? So welcome to the show. Welcome, John.
Yeah, good morning, Southwest Florida. Great day to be alive. And if economic uncertainties have put your financial decisions on hold, you really need to grab a hold of Alfie's free toolkit that he's offering today. It will help transform your worries of retirement into confidence. You know, Alfie's toolkit will give you a wide range of materials, such as, will your money last as long as you do? Are you paying too much in taxes in retirement? Social Security guide. Will a recession rob your retirement? You really need to get a hold of this. To get it, all you have to do is call the operator and ask for it, or text the word KIT, K-I-T, to 239-747-1077. Alfie doesn't market time, stock pick, or track record invest. He's going to add value to you and your portfolio. Get a hold of his toolkit today. Call the operator or text the word KIT to 239-747-1077. You know, Alfie, we have a lot to talk about today, but before we dive into today's market update, we do want to recap something from last week's broadcast. You know, last week we discussed the Tesla Cyber truck explosion in Las Vegas. And at that time, we recorded our radio show. There were some reports that suggested it might have been an act of terrorism. But after we recorded our shows, more details were released. And due to the timing of the recording and the airing of the show, the Saturday broadcast did not have the most up-to-date information. It was a tragic incident involving a decorated Army soldier who took his own life, and we do apologize to all of our listeners for any confusion that this may have caused. You know, our regular listeners know how much we love our country, and we do love our veterans and our service members as well very dearly.
That's 100% true, John, and thank you for saying that. We did really jump the gun a little bit on that, so I'm glad we straightened that out. So on today's show, we are going to focus on the market, and the market's had some volatility. Definitely had some volatility this past week, and there's a couple reasons why. And one of the reasons is inflation seems to be ticking up again. Now, when you have someone like President Trump that's going to be coming into office, you know people are going to start spending money. And you just see it right now. People are spending money. They're optimistic, and that's a good thing. But that does, really help inflation rear its head again. So we got to be careful. And the Fed's priced in a lot of rate cuts for 2025. When I say a lot, I think there was priced in 3 to 4 rate cuts for this year. But now it looks like, because inflation ticked up to 2.5 from 2.1, so it did have an increase. Now the Fed's rate, they wanted it to be at 2%. Remember, that was that magic number, 2%. And they're not thinking it's going to hit 2% in 2025 or 2026. It's going to be more 2027 to have a 2%. So we're going to be dealing with inflation, but I think people are going to have to deal with higher interest rates on their mortgages, on their cars, on their credit cards. They're going to have to deal with that, because we're not going to see, when you have a strong economy, you just can't have everything. You can't have low interest rates, and what we're going to have to deal with, probably rates that are going to be the norm, is going to be maybe a 5 to 6% on your 30-year mortgage.
Yeah, well, it's going to take some time to turn this ship around. I mean, my ribeyes at Costco went up $2 a pound, and it looks like the markets, are they nervous because they're not sure how the tariffs are going to work out? Because he's talking about dumping a lot of money onto these other countries. I mean, they're a little frazzled, aren't they?
Yeah, they are a little frazzled, and I believe the tariffs are. It does definitely will hurt inflation. It will add to that. But I think that's more of a negotiating mechanism he's using right now. versus is it going to really happen? I think you're going to have some tariffs, but not like the amount that he is talking. You're going to see, remember, look what happened to Canada, right? I mean, Trudeau leaves.
Right.
He resigns
After that meeting with him.
After that meeting, because what he wants is he wants the borders secure. That's his number one right now. He got voted in to get the economy going, to get energy prices down. That's another thing. Energy prices. When you have Biden doing what he did, it's not as easy. They said it's not as easy to untie what he did, because the way they did it, it has to go through courts and it's going to be delayed. And so he's really making and I read something else that he did a couple of days ago with Ukraine. I guess they gave him a big package, and so he's making it so hard on this president, and it's a shame that they can't leave and just say, okay, I'm leaving. This is from yours from here on out. But he's not. He's taking it all the way to the end, and no telling what else is going to surprise our president, our country, with what he's going to do. It's just absolutely nuts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Trump had a press conference this week, and, he wants to get, Canada part of America. He wants to change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. He wants to make Greenland Mara Igloo. He wants to take over these places. What is his motive in all that, and how is that?
Well, Greenland, we were, I was doing some research on that, and they have minerals and energy there that we can never even think of. The uranium and stuff that runs our military. That is very, very important, and it goes back to I think the 1800s that presidents wanted that.
Yeah.
So it's not something that Trump just dreamt up and wanted that. This is really for military defense. So, to keep our military strong. And so I think that's going to be the first one that will happen. Canada, would it be the 51st state? I doubt it. It'd be pretty cool if it was, but I doubt if that's going to happen. But Greenland most likely will happen because it's military back. We need it for the military and protection.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So let's talk about what we're going to talk about on the other side of this break is going to be more of, like you said, why does he want Canada? Why does he want to change the name Gulf of America? And these are all it's anything that Trump does. If you got to think about it, it might sound weird, but there's a reason behind it, and he like plants it in you. He'll plant that seed, and then he keeps planting it, and then a lot of times things get done. Like these tariffs, I think. Things are happening because of Trudeau would not have resigned if it wasn't for the tariffs.
Right.
Period.
Yeah. Well, we're nine more days to go until we get inauguration date on the 20th, and you want to position yourself to be ready for whatever changes are about to take place, and that's why you want to get a second pair of eyes on your portfolio. Alfie Townsend is Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional. He has over 40 years' experience as a CFP, and he's a fiduciary, which means his responsibility is to you, the client, not to any products or services that he offers here through the Advantage Retirement Group. You want to make an appointment and be one of the first 9 callers to take advantage of his retirement simulator process. Pick up the phone, call the operator, or text the word VISIT to 239-747-1077. Listen, Alfie's going to take your portfolio back 5 years. And side by side, you're going to see exactly what we're going to know how yours performed, but you're going to see how his performed, and you're going to be able to make a educated decision based on what you see. He's going to take a deep dive into your current portfolio to see what's going on. He's going to expose all the hidden fees that could be eating up your returns each and every year. He's going to make sure you're allocated properly, that you're diversified correctly, that you're rebalancing, that you're not taking undue risk for the amount of return that you're getting every year. Why not let Southwest Florida's premier certified financial planner professional take a look look at your portfolio and put together an income plan. If you don't have an income plan or a strategy, you really want to have Southwest Florida strategist take a look at that, because he's going to put something together that's really going to blow you away. It's going to put you in shock and awe, because he's got really some things that you never heard of, out of the box type of investment strategies and proprietary products that you can't get through any broker or any average advisor. Pick up the phone, be one of the first 9 callers right now. Call the operator or text the word VISIT, 239-747-1077. That's 239-747-1077. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back right after this break, so don't go away. Welcome back to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner Alfie Townsend. You know, Alfie is Southwest Florida's premier financial planner professional. He's a CFP, and he has over 40 years experience in this industry, helping investors just like you navigate the fog of investing and getting you to and through retirement. And Alfie has come out with a book, and it's always in high demand. And he just got some new copies in, and due to popular demand, Alfie is offering his book again. A complimentary copy of his book awaits you. If you had not taken advantage of that yet, why wouldn't you get it? If it's free, it's for me. Pick it up. Pick up the phone, call the operator, or text the word book, B-O-O-K, to 239-747-1077. You know, Alfie's book is your guide to a fulfilling retirement. Don't miss out on the valuable insights that he has in this book, including many, many stories about investors that he has helped save over the years of his career. That's why he named this broadcast Saving the Investor, to save you from the pitfalls, the schemes, the traps of Wall Street. Pick up the phone, call the operator right now. Don't hesitate. Don't wait till the end of the broadcast. Call the operator or text the word book to 239-747-1077 as Alfie, as Trump gets ready to take office, a week from Monday.
Can't believe it's already that soon.
Thank God. 4 years went pretty quick, didn't it? But the Fed is a key component to his success. I mean, what is the Fed expected to do? I mean, they were supposed to cut so many rates last year, but it never happened. Why? And what do you foresee on the horizon?
There's the Fed. It's called the Federal Reserve Governor, and his name is Christopher Waller. And what he says, and this is, he's the governor of the Federal Reserve. He doesn't think that the Trump's tariffs will really bring an uptick of pressure on inflation. So that's a good thing. So he feels like there is going to be rate cuts this year. So if he feels like there's going to be rate cuts, he knows things that we don't know. And he's the governor of the Federal Reserve. So Christopher Waller, so he feels that there are going to be rate cuts. Wall Street thinks, with the way that it's acting right now, it looks like to them there might be one rate cut this year. So we'll see. And the thing about it is anything can happen. If the economy starts to slow down, and people aren't spending money, and people, if you look at housing market, just look at the housing market right now. It's
stagnated here.
It's stagnated here, and you look at it, and it's really hurting. I mean, you're looking at homes that used to just have bidding wars on it. You're not having that anymore. What you're having is price cuts. That's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing price cuts. You're not seeing price increases. You're seeing price cuts. And I think with the interest rates the way they are, people are demanding that if they're going to buy a house, you have to cut the price down because I can't afford it. So that, so you have that element of the market, and housing is a big part of the economy. So we got to keep an eye on that. And then, you have, these interest rates affect so many other things. Your credit card bills. It affects, your car payment. So cars, automotive, you're starting to see like discounts on them too.
Right.
And you weren't seeing that not too long ago. So there, if the economy does start to slow down, you're going to see the Fed start to lower rates. To get the economy going. So that's going to be something we want to keep a lookout. And then, there's just a lot of other factors out there. And then you have the California fires. And I think and it sort of relates to what happened here with Ian.
Right.
And so you had insurance companies that just absolutely, like a week or 2 weeks prior to these fires, canceled people's policies. Okay, house insurance, their homeowners insurance has canceled it. So a lot of these homes that are burning in California do not have insurance,
It's crazy.
or they have insurance for everything except wildfires. Now, California passed a law that insurance companies has to include fire, but that doesn't take effect until like next month, they said. So it's not even in effect, even though they passed a law during this last election. So, what is that?
And in FEMA, I mean, they can't. I mean, you can't even help the people in North Carolina are still stranded up there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Then you have Elon Musk is going to be sending us Starlink over in that area over there. You have homes, Steven Spielberg's home.
James Wood.
James Wood, I mean, lost his home. You have Tom Hanks, and this is the most probably highest real estate in the country. $50 million mansions and plus, burnt down to the ground. Nothing. Yeah, Paris Hilton's house over in Malibu. So this is devastating. This is they showed along the beach and Pacific Coast Highway, all these beautiful, beautiful homes. So this is, it doesn't matter how much money you have. It does matter, because you're going to be able to build. But a lot of people,
all the memories, the pictures,
the memories, the pictures, and they're leaving with a suitcase, and that tells you, during hurricane season or whatever, you should always have a suitcase of a grab bag, they're called, with essentials in there.
Right. That
you can just grab and leave if you have to leave. It could be your medication in there, important papers, your passports, your, it's just your wills and trusts. It's just you have to have prepare, because I mean, who were to think they didn't give them any notice at all? It was awful.
I mean, 80, 100 mile an hour winds. I mean, that's
well, right there. They said with Santa Ana winds there. They knew it was coming, and that's fire. I mean, that's like gasoline on fire. And they said that they didn't prepare their people at all, and the water system was just a waste. I hope heads roll over in California. They really need to. So let's get back to all this planning that we do for our clients here. And what do you do to fight inflation? That's the question that we get all the time. What are the things that we can do to fight inflation? We're going to talk about that the next break. Some of the programs that we're using, and buffer ETFs are a great way to fight inflation, because it lets you capture a lot of the S&P. And that means that you can capture the S&P of about 15%. Let's say the S&P makes 20, you only make 15, but if the S&P goes down 20, you might only lose 5. That's what people like. They have downside protection with, more than inflation you can make on the upside, but then there's protection. And that's what people are looking for this day. Now, do you put all your money there? No, you don't put all your money there. But what you do is you have accounts that you can set aside, that that you can make a certain dollar amount, that you're not going to lose a certain dollar amount. So when we're building portfolios, when we're building these accounts, we want to have accounts in there that are looking at, pure risk, stocks in there that go up and down, but you have these 20 stocks or these 50 stocks that we put together with our money managers. Our money managers, they manage for big institutions. So, I always say you want things that you cannot get on your own. So when you're dealing with us, the managers that we use, you would have to have millions and millions of dollars to start with them. So this is who we're using that we can, and we might only have to put a few $100,000 in that one account because we're building the portfolio. And so you're able to have some unbelievable accounts because of the managers that we have relationships with. And that's what it's all about. Do things that your a lot of people, John, they come in and their grandkids might have a $1,000 account, and that's how they're investing, because anybody can get that. I want things that other people can't get, most people can't get. So this is what we do for our clients. You'll have accounts that are going to be sought after from the people that have a lot of money, and that's what you want.
Yeah, life can change on a dime, as we're seeing in California, so you want to be in position to be protected. Alfie has some products that are available that you may not have heard of, like these buffered ETFs that can protect you in a storm, a financial storm. Come in and see Alfie. You can sit down with him in Fort Myers or Naples. He has 2 beautiful offices, and let him stress test your portfolio and take a look inside. Make sure you're allocated properly, that you're diversified correctly, that you're not taking undue risk for the amount of return that you're getting. He's going to expose all the hidden fees that could be eating up your returns. Make sure you're rebalancing so you're in plan with your income strategy. Listen, be one of the first 9 callers right now. That's all you can handle this week. And pick up the phone and call the operator, or you can text the word VISIT, V-I-S-I-T, to 239-747-1077. You owe it to yourself to take advantage and be proactive right now before markets turn or something turns. We don't know what's going to happen. There's always volatility. You want to be positioned with Southwest Florida's premier financial planner professional. Alfie is a CFP, but he's also a fiduciary, and he also has 40 years experience. He's not going to market time, track record invest, or stock pick. He's going to add value not only to your portfolio, but also to your life. You're going to see the benefits and the advantage retirement difference that he can bring to the table. Be one of the first 9 callers right now. Pick up the phone, call the operator, text the word VISIT, 239-747-1077. That's 239-747-1077. We're going to be right back right after this break, so don't go away.
Welcome back to Saving the Investor. Again, I am Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida Certified Financial Planner Professional. And, as during the last break, as John was talking, I was thinking, there's a lot of new firms that are coming in our town here in Southwest Florida.
Oh, it's season, right?
It's season. They come in, and but we've been here for many years. But I grew up here. I grew up in Southwest Florida and in Florida. I mean, I was in Miami in 1966. I was 5 years old at that time. So came here from California. So we've been Floridians for many years. We moved away for 20 years in 88 to 08. But I've seen the growth. I've seen the hurricanes. I've seen, inflation. I've seen recession. We've really experienced a lot, especially being in the business since 1983. We've definitely seen a lot. And that's how we, so we're here full time, and we have a team that I will put up against any team. Your son is a main part of our team, John, and David Antonucci does a fantastic job. He's a advisor here, and we have Curtis and we have Alex, we have Garrett, we have just a great team of people here that really look out for our clients, and we do a lot. So when people say, "What do you do different than other firms?" I'll give you an example. We're doing something right now with our clients, and it's really I think it's great, and it's for our Valentines that are coming next month. And Mary and Danielle are really spearheading this, and it's really inspiring women our clients. A lot of them, we've had probably about 6 clients this past year that lost their spouse.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, it's rough. And so, they're gonna come to this event, and they're gonna share some of their stories. They share some of their stories of what they're going through, and what to expect, and how they got out of it, how they got out of the funk that they were in. And so these are things, and we'll have about 50 people here at the office, 50 women that will be listening to the inspiring stories. So this is Mary's running that. So if you just lost a spouse and you're listening and you want to come to one of our events, and this is what we do for our clients, we always want to stay ahead. We keep our clients updated on what's happening in the world, what's happening in the financial world, and what's happening in life. And that's what we do here. And we do a lot of these get-togethers with our clients. We'll do different things. We'll bring in speakers across, sought after speakers, financial speakers that will talk to our clients. And so we keep our clients very informed. So, if you've never experienced a firm like this, we would love to have opportunity to talk to you and show you what we do here at the Advantage Retirement Group, because, it's not just putting the portfolios together and the managers that we use. Yeah, we use the best of the best with the managers. Like I said, they manage for big financial institutions, financial companies, and or companies in general. They do their portfolios, and we're able to use the same companies that they're hiring out. So this is something that I love, because again, I always talk about if you can have something that other people can't have, that's what I want. And that's what most people want, right, John? You want something that not everybody can get.
Yeah, and that's the advantage of dealing with an independent advisor like yourself, because you do things that are out of the box, and it's more of a family here. Even with all the clients that you take interest. He's not just interested in putting together a portfolio, and then, like you said, not talking to you, or you're not coming in from out of town during season just to hold some dinners at some place and try and get people to come in, out, transfer their portfolio to them, and then they go back up north. You're here fully invested
in the community. We invest in the community. We do a lot with Heritage Chapin, and we give back. And as we really take give to Heritage Chapin. We're starting to look at St. Matthew's House. That's
tremendous.
They do a great job there, and it's funny how our clients love to volunteer with us over at Heritage Chapin.
Yeah,
it's a great organization. So anyway, I just wanted to share that, because you hear we're always talking about portfolios, we're talking about money and what's happening in the country, but we want to also talk about what's happening in the community, and that's what we do give back. And so markets in summary, I'm going to just talk a little bit about the Fed's that they're really having a balancing act right now. Really, we have inflation, and they want to really support growth. Because that's the critical part. You always need to grow. If you're not growing, you're dying. So you don't want to. And then if you're growing too fast, and inflation is rearing its head, so you have to maintain and really react to the signs of it. Is it going to be tightening or loosening of monetary policy? So that's what the Feds are going to be looking at this year. Then you have uncertainties about companies. Are they going to be under pressure to maintain profitability? When you open up a company and when you invest in a company, you expect them to be profitable. And you have a lot of companies that are getting rid of all this, this woke stuff that was over their head for the last 4 years. I think that's going to be a great thing for this coming year, is that, that diversified DEI is just, it was killing companies, and the companies felt like they had to be in it or they were going to get targeted, and it's a shame. And that's what's great about President Trump. That's why I think companies are going to do great here, because they're going to not be tied down to government overlooking them at everything they do. And did you hire the right person? Look at what happened in California with these fires. Look at the fire. They showed something in 2022, the fire chief that they hired, and it was a lady that was so unqualified, but she was a lady. I think she had a earring and ring on and all that other stuff. And then the two that she hired were trans, and they didn't do anything for for their fire department. The mayor cut $20 million out of the
budget, right?
The budget for the fire. So look what
she didn't even answer a question when asked it.
She didn't answer any questions. The mayor was off on a trip to Africa and comes back and does not answer any questions. Point blank questions were asked to her, and she was not opening her mouth. So when you have companies that are free now to hire the best people.
Sure.
I think you're going to see the companies take off. You're going to start to see profitabilities go up. You're going to start to see different, so that affects the stock market. So I think you're going to see less regulation, people going back to work, and people, spending money. So I think it's going to be a great year to get your portfolio looked at. Let's get your portfolio looked at. Let's see if you're in the right things. On the next break, we're going to talk about AI and the different, you have AI, but it's progressing into different parts of AI that we're going to talk about on the next break that you're not going to want to miss. But you got to be in it to really win it. You got to be in that market. You got to be in the right things. Are you in the right things? That's what the retirement simulator is all about. John's going to talk to you about the retirement simulator that looks at everything from from the inside out, tells you what your fees are, tells you what you're holding, if you got too many bonds, if you have international stocks, small cap stocks, and what those fees are that you can't see, and how diversified you are. You want to know if you're going to get to and through retirement. That's what the retirement simulator process does for you. So stay tuned, and John's going to give you information how you can get your personalized retirement simulator just for you to see how you're situated for 2025.
Yeah, Alfie really patterned this after pilots who have to take simulator process each year to certify themselves in storms and engines blowing, all types of things. And he put together a retirement simulator process that stress tests your portfolio. And really, how would you like to know how your portfolio would react if there was a terrorist attack, or there was, a dip in the economy, or something happened tragically in our nation? He can actually show you how high the portfolio can go and how low it can go with some relative confidence there. And that's what that portfolio retirement simulator does. Is it shows you what's going to happen to your portfolio in good times and bad times. And if you have not had a review, or you haven't had an income plan or a strategy, you owe it to yourself to get a second opinion. Let Alfie be a second pair of eyes on your current plan. And you can sit down with him in Fort Myers or Naples, and he will take that deep dive into your current portfolio, exposing hidden fees. What if he could show you hidden fees that are eating up your returns? And to make sure you're allocated properly, diversified correctly. How about undue risk? Maybe you're taking undue risk for the amount of return that you're getting. And he's going to put together a package that's going to show you over the past 5 years how his portfolio would have compared to what yours actually did. You owe it to yourself. Get involved right now. Start the year right. We're in January. Pick up the phone, call the operator, be one of the first 9 callers, and either ask to meet with Alfie in Fort Myers or Naples, or simply text the word VISIT, VISIT, to 239-747-1077. Alfie's going to add value to you and your portfolio because he has 40 years experience as a CFP, Certified Financial Planner Professional. Very hard designation to get, but he has it. And he's also a fiduciary, which means his responsibility is to you, the client, not to the products and services that he offers through the Advantage Retirement Group, although he has a plethora of products and services that you may not have heard of before that can really get you to and through retirement with ease. 239-747-1077. Call the operator or text the word VISIT, 239-747-1077. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back right after this break, so don't go away. Welcome back to Saving the Investor with Certified Financial Planner Professional Alfie Townsend. We're 9 days away until Inauguration Day, and there are tax changes that are hopefully going to come that's going to be a benefit. But Alfie has put together a tax plan and a strategy called a tax map, because it's a ticking time bomb no matter how you look at it, because once you start taking your required minimum distributions, you're going to pay taxes likely on that money you take out. And you need a plan. And guess what? Alfie Townsend has put together a plan that addresses uncertainties and instills confidence in your future. As a certified financial planner professional, Alfie's tax map strives to help you achieve 3 goals: lower your tax bracket, number 1, protect your money when taxes rise, number 2, and create a tax-free income. Doesn't that sound great? All you have to do to get it, it's absolutely free. Pick up the phone, call the operator right now, or text the word tax TAX to 239-747-1077. Don't hesitate. Call or text now to request Alfie's tax map. The time to minimize future taxes and generate tax-free income is right now. Call the operator or text the word tax to 239-747-1077. And Alfie, one of the stocks that are rocking and rolling is NVIDIA. It's probably going to keep rocking. But AI is a big part of something new that's happening in the culture. And you're on the cutting edge. You've been around the curve on that for many, many, almost years now, waiting for this to take place. How is it affecting people, and what can investors look for with AI?
Yeah, if you look at AI, John, there's different elements of AI, and it's gradually moving into different areas. You have the self-driving vehicles. That's going to be now. That's
kind of scary. I get a little nervous with that radar.
Well,
on my car.
That's true, but on the other hand, some of these people that are driving, they're looking at their phone, and if you think about it, they're not paying attention. So these guys are paying attention 24/7. So it might be safer driving. Who knows?
Maybe.
You just don't know. It's but you have Jensen, who's the chief executive. Jensen Hungs, is that Hungs? Something like that. Huang. He is he was a keynote speaker. He's he runs NVIDIA, might be the founder of NVIDIA, and he supports a view of massive opportunities out there. And that's what he was talking about this past week in his keynote speech, that the self-driving cars are going to be a $2 to $3 trillion market opportunity.
Wow!
So just think about it: $2 to $3 trillion. So this is a whole new segment of people buying cars, right? It's a whole new. It's like, okay, all these other cars you have, they're great. You keep them, do what you want to do. But if you want a self-driving car, you have to get a brand new car.
Is it just electric, or are they going to do gas as well? Do you know?
That's a good question. I would think they would have to do both. Because I just don't see it.
Makes it $2 to $3 trillion. Right?
Yeah, $2 to $3 trillion. I just don't see how that's going to be the number for all electric cars. They can't do electric right now, and the grid isn't there for it. So that's a good question, but I would say it's probably going to be both. And that's the thing. Tesla does just fine with their electric cars, but they didn't go out there and say, you have to buy our car. People wanted to buy a Tesla because they wanted an electric car.
Right.
And Tesla has stations everywhere, and they tell you where their stations are. And they were set up. Elon Musk is not, he knows how to do it. And there's a lot of other things out there that they're looking at. If you look at it, when AI first came, it was like chat.
GPT,
yeah.
That was the big thing. I remember
that was the big thing, and then but now they're doing just so much more. The next big thing is really going to be robotics. They said the robotics is where it's moving, and Tesla is already working on that. You're going to have a lot of robotics, probably waiting on you down the road, serving on you.
A little robot where you walk in with your car service.
It's going to be, but that's where AI is going. Of course, it's in the medical field right now, and I have doctors I play golf with, and one of them does his reports with with AI. He'll give like a diagram of what he saw in this patient, and it like spells it out almost.
That saves them a lot of time. Sure,
it saves a lot of time, and we have a friend that showed us something on her new iPhone, and she named it Charlie, right? And Charlie knows her voice and talks to him like it's Charlie, I wanted to know about this pH in the water. Is it good for you? And then he goes, Joni, this is what pH is, and Charlie, can you check my schedule to see if I can squeeze in a 15-minute phone call with so and so, and then check your schedule. You are good for that. Would you like me to put it in? And
Amazing.
and she says, yes, please. So it puts it in. So these are things that you have right now on your iPhone. This is her iPhone, and so it's going to be around.
Yeah.
It's going to be around. Now, is it going to take people's job? That's what that's like the workers, the dock workers. That's what they didn't want any AI involved.
I don't think I want to see two robots in the cockpit when I'm flying somewhere yet.
No, not yet.
I may.
Not yet. But you might. But if you think about the Tran, right?
Yeah.
You don't see anybody driving the Tran.
No, definitely not.
And you're thinking you're coming up to a wall at 40 miles an hour and you're hoping it stops, and they're not doing drugs. They're not doing they're not late. They're not giving you a hard time. So there's going to be things, but there's going to be other opportunities that arise from it. So, I always say so this is an opportunity to invest and make some money on something that's brand new. Now, NVIDIA's been out there, but there's other things now that are for more of the robotics. So if you want to know what we're doing here at the Advanced Retirement Group, this is something that you might want to give us a call, and we'll show you how we're instituting some of these new AI companies into our portfolio. So, hey, this is, we're almost at the end here. I can't believe how fast, this is a fast one. And this weather, man, it has to start warming up a little bit. This is Florida.
I think we got a couple of weeks of this 67, 47 type thing.
Yeah,
I'm out there walking at 7 a.m., I can tell you.
Now, I did say this. Thursday was very cold Thursday. I got up. I went into my swimming pool. It was reading 60 degrees in the water.
That's a cold plunge for you.
That's a cold plunge because, the new house we're building, we're getting a cold plunge, so I'm getting ready. That'll be about 47 I'll be getting in. But, it was 60, and it was like 39 degrees walking in shorts.
Yeah. Well, as you said, the show goes back very, very quickly. And before we wrap it up, I have an exciting offer for you. Alfie's book is always in popular demand. It's not just any book. It's your blueprint for building a strong financial foundation, just like the fiscal house that Alfie talks about building all the time. It's packed with real-life stories of how Alfie has helped investors just like you secure their financial future and create a retirement plan built to last. Don't miss your chance to grab a free copy right now. Be one of the first 9 people. Text the word book or call the operator 239-747-1077. Whether you're just starting to build your fiscal house or looking to make it stronger, this book is your guide to navigating retirement with confidence. Call the operator, text the word book to 239-747-1077.
Thank you, John. And as I sit here and think about what we just talked about, this is an exciting time. Sure. 2025. It's just think about my mom had very bad ulcers as a young lady, and she had to have surgery. She only had a fourth of her stomach, and she had to have like 7 surgeries on her stomach. And now what they do is you just take a pill for it, and then you're good. And that's what modern medicine is all about, is making our lives better where we live longer. And so AI is something that hopefully is going to make us make it better for all of us. And then we're going to have there's opportunities out there. We have a new president. 2025 is going to be a great year because we're going to have less regulation. We're going to, people are motivated again, and there's a lot of optimism out there. I'm optimistic. I hope you give us a call. John gave you the number a few times. You give us a call. Let us see if we can put you in a better spot to capture some of these exciting new things that are going to be happening in 2025. If you never watched our TV show, Saving the Investor, it's on NBC every Sunday after Meet the Press at 11 o'clock, 11 to 11:30. So I hope you can watch that, and thank you for listening to our show. Jake the Millennial does an awesome job in production. So until next week, be blessed.